In this video, our handle is going to be shaped from a rectangular block of wood all the way until it's this nice, comfortable, ergonomic handle. I've got a couple rough Sharpie lines on here to kind of outline where I need to take material off, and we're going to use the horizontal grinder with an old worn out 36 grit belt to kind of start hogging some of this material off. I've got the guard fit up onto the blade. The next thing we need to do is get all the parts that we don't want the epoxy to stick to covered with petroleum jelly. So I'm gonna put it on the tang, on the end of the guard, on the end of the pommel, and all over on the pommel nut. Then we'll fill the inside of the handle with some West System epoxy, put everything together, clean off the excess, and then let it dry a couple hours. Then I'll come out here later tonight, pull the handle apart, right before the epoxy is completely cured, put it back together and let it cure all the way overnight. I like to take it apart before the epoxy is fully cured because sometimes you can get a little spot where the epoxy will stick to the tang even through the petroleum jelly, and it becomes impossible to take apart if you let it cure fully. But if you pull it apart while it's still a little bit rubbery, you'll have a lot better chance of getting the handle off, and then you can put it back on and let it cure overnight and it won't be stuck permanently. It's there, it's nice and centered. I just gotta clean this up a little bit, clean up all these drips on my workbench, and let it cure for a couple hours. Pull it apart, put it back together, and let it cure overnight.
Tomorrow.
After a couple hours last night, I took the handle apart while the epoxy was still a little bit pliable and tacky. Just took it apart a little bit, didn't even take the handle off all the way, just moved it back like a ½ inch, kind of wiggled it around and put it all back together, let it cure overnight. The epoxy's set up nice and hard now. I've taken all the pieces apart and I'm cleaning the excess epoxy off. I had some excess epoxy kind of stuck to the guard and the end of the pommel. I heated up some of the metal parts to kind of burn the epoxy off of those. And now I've got to get rid of some of the epoxy that's kind of left over on the end of the wood. So I think I'm gonna go over and lightly sand it off and try to get this whole knife back together. Now that the handle's set in epoxy, the handle should go onto the tang in the exact same location every time and not have any wiggle room at all, and have a nice secure fit and enable me to keep moving forward with shaping the rest of the pieces. make an area for the pommel nut to be able to go in without hitting any of that epoxy. I just finished shaping the guard with the grinder to 240 grit. At this point, it's pretty much ready for hand sanding. A lot of times I'll work on a knife from the tip and work my way back. So the next logical thing would be to do the handle, but I think on this one, since the pommel is gonna be such a big metal component, I'm gonna get it completely shaped where I want it, or really close anyway, and then blend the handle in between the guard and the pommel. So I've got a couple layout lines on here. Got to get some stuff squared out and then start figuring out how I'm going to start rounding and curving this guard so it'll look a lot better and feel a lot better than a big old giant chunk of metal on the end. Coffee break. Oh, that's good. Also, you may have heard of a 3-course meal. Well, today we have a 3-course course. We have our beginner bladesmith, the takedown Bowie knife, and twisted wire and handle fluting available on sale right now. If you want to level up your knife making, then check out the link in the description and check out the courses before the sale ends. The guard is shaped and I just finished shaping the pommel. It's time to move on to the handle because right now it's just a big block. I've got a couple scribe lines on here on the edges so I can get it all squared up with the blade. And then once it's squared up with the blade, I'll start working on the profile of it, get all the main shape done, and then we can start rounding it and making the palm swell and all that cool stuff. I finished profiling the handle and I sprayed the ends of the handle with some blue Dykem, and that allows me to see my pencil mark a little bit better. I put the knife together and used a pencil and outlined around the guard and around the pommel on the ends of the handle. And now I can go in and start working on the sides of the handle and kind of dome it. I'm gonna go for kind of a palm swell in the center. So I need to dome it on both sides. And once that's done, I can start rounding all these corners off and making it an actual kind of oval handle instead of kind of a square handle like it is now. I am done shaping the handle and it's pretty much ready for hand sanding at this point. I absolutely love the way this knife's coming together. Got all these flowing lines that just wrap all up in this handle, and it looks so much different than it did when it had that big block on there for a handle. Something else really cool and completely unplanned is the way this pommel goes so far forward and the way the guard comes so far back. That was planned, but what I didn't plan on is the way it would kind of force me to shape the handle. The handle, if you look at it from the end view, is almost kind of a triangular shape with the widest part being up here, and then it's a little bit skinnier down here on the bottom. And I had to shape it that way to make it kind of match up with the fittings, and I absolutely love it. And it feels really good on your hand. You've got kind of this wide area for your palm to sit, and then your pinky feels right at home here, wrapping around the end of the handle, and then up there by the guard. Really cool thing that happened, and like I said, it was unplanned. The next thing I need to do is figure out if I'm leaving the pommel nut stick out or have it flush, and then figure out how I'm going to set up the mechanism to tighten and loosen it.
The next day.
I'm gonna scribe some lines on here so we can get it lined up with the handle properly, and then chuck it up in the milling machine, cut some off the surface of the pommel nut to shorten it, and then we're gonna drill new holes for the little spanner wrench that are about 200 thousandths apart. Once all that's done, hopefully if it goes really well, we'll be able to put the pommel nut back into the handle, tighten it down super tight where it goes, and then round everything off so it's flush with the end of the handle. The scribe line is to help me orient the pommel nut in the milling machine so I can get the holes lined up with the handle. I think I'm gonna end up doing the holes on the sides, not on the top and bottom, but we need that line there to help get it all squared up properly. So I want those holes to be nice and square with the end of the handle once the finished pommel nut is tightened down. So that's one of the big challenges, getting the holes squared up with the handle. And the other big challenge is just making sure that this pommel nut tightens down to the exact same place every time, because the end of the pommel is not flat. So this pommel nut is gonna be asymmetrical, so it needs to stop in the exact same location. A little bit of a new challenge, something I've never really done before. Pretty much all my pommel nuts have stuck out a little bit, so I wasn't faced with that problem of having it stop in the exact same spot every time. I got the two holes drilled for the spanner wrench to tighten and loosen the pommel nut. One of the holes right at the very end gave me tons of trouble. I actually ended up breaking off my drill bit. I should have been using a sharper one. It was getting a little too dull. So the end of this is all ground off on a funny angle because I kept using the Dremel tool to like cut down further and further to try to get it out. I had to work it quite a bit. I had to heat the pommel nut up to pull that piece out, but I finally got that shard out and got it all tightened up where it goes, and now we can grind off that extra sticking out. Can't tell if the holes are good with the burrs in there. Is there a way we could tell without me having to like eyeball it so much? Yeah, that's it. Everything's looking really good, but I do have a tiny, tiny bit of a gap down here on the bottom. So I think I'm gonna take the pommel nut into the engraving room and use my engraver to kind of smush over this steel just a little bit right around here so we get a perfect fit. I think it's working. Just need to do a little bit more. Might try to do it with it on the knife. Just gonna loosen it and then tighten it back up and see how it looks. And if it looks good, we'll go over and clean it up on the grinder again. Get it all rounded smooth. Yeah, that looks good. That's it right there. We've got a good tight fit with the pommel nut. Can't see any gaps or anything going around it. And the holes are lined up so they're square with the handle. Since we finished off the pommel nut, everything is now shaped on the entire knife. The next thing we need to do is make a leather sheath for this knife. It's a good time to stop and make the sheath because right now I can scratch the blade or the handle and stuff and not worry about it because everything's not hand sanded all the way yet, versus doing it at the very end of the project when everything has really fine finishes. You gotta be a lot more careful. Once the sheath's done, it'll be time to gun blue the blade and fittings and finish this knife. I will see you in the next video. May the forge be with you. Bye-bye.